AAFCO relies on the USDA when it comes to labeling foods as organic. So if it's at least 95% organic ingredients, then the label will have the USDA organic seal. Hey friends, it's Jess Jericho, and I personally don't think that these organic wet foods are better than other wet foods that I've reviewed on my channel, but you asked me to review it, so here we go. So the first organic wet cat food that we'll review is called Tender and True. You'll see on the label it has the USDA organic seal, so that means at least 95% of the ingredients are certified organic. So here we have the product name rule, organic turkey and liver recipe. So that's great. Recipe means 25 to 94.9% of turkey and liver combined. So this is going to have the most amount of meat, and it's great that they're labeling turkey and liver instead of like turkey and rice or turkey and potato, turkey and peas. You want to see meat only in the product name. This video is not sponsored, but there are affiliate links in the description. So now we go down to the ingredients. We have organic turkey, water, organic pea flour, organic chicken liver, organic chicken heart, dried peas, and salmon oil. I think that's it for the protein. So it's good that they include chicken liver and chicken heart and turkey. So at least there's two different types of protein. Variety is key. There's muscle meat, heart, and there's a secreting organ, liver. But pecan, organic pea flour is pretty high up on the list. It's the third ingredient. So that tells you that the composition of pea flour might be slightly higher than the liver and the heart. And then there's organic dried peas later down the list. So this is typically what's called ingredient splitting. And they do this because if they listed organic dried peas and pea flour together, then it might be more than the actual turkey. But another pro here is that it says salmon oil instead of fish oil, and it's preserved with mixed tocopherols, which is vitamin E. There's also organic chicken broth, so that's good. Broth can add some more trace nutrients. When we use the guaranteed analysis to get an approximate carb amount, it's around 7% carbs. This is an estimate, but 7% is good, definitely lower than dry food, all dry food, and frankly, most wet canned foods. So that is a good thing. But even with these cons, I think that this organic wet cat food looks pretty good. At least they're including muscle meat and liver and broth, and they're specific about the salmon oil, and the carb amount is low. So let me know in the comments below if you think your cat would like this product. The next USDA organic wet cat food that we'll review is called Evangers. I know it says out of stock, but we'll just look at the product anyway. So again, you see the USDA organic seal, and the product name is beef dinner. That word dinner means between 25 and 94.9% beef, and it's great that it just says beef. There's no additional ingredients. So this is going to have more beef than something that says beef flavor or with beef. Beef dinner is what you want to see. Then when we scroll down to the ingredients, we have beef, water, liver, beef kidney. That's great that it has two secreting organs, although I think it's pretty weird that they say organic liver, but they don't tell you where the liver came from, like which animal the liver came from. But I guess if it's organic, then that's definitely better than seeing like beef byproducts or meat byproducts. At least you know that it's organic. And you see organic coconut oil, probably for the fatty acids, but ideally you would have some kind of fish oil, a meat-based omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. But maybe since it's organic beef, they're grass-fed, and then that's going to warrant a better nutrient profile. So maybe the EPA and DHA is actually sufficient from the beef since it's organic. And when you use the guaranteed analysis, the approximate carb amount is around 6.8%. So again, that's ideal. Less than 10 is what you want to aim for. Ideally lower than that, but with commercial cat food, less than 10 is like amazing to find. Now, I also want to mention that in the past, Evangers has had recalls due to pentobarbital being in their products, which is a euthanasia drug. So that's just something to keep in mind. Give me a polydactyl thumbs up if this is helpful so far. The next USDA organic wet cat food that we'll review is called Castor and Pollux. And this one also has the USDA organic, and they also have the non-GMO project seal. And the product name is chicken and chicken liver recipe. So this matches with the other product names that we looked at. This one actually clarifies it's chicken and chicken liver. So that's great. You want to see meat only in the product name. And when we look down at the ingredients, we have chicken, water, chicken liver, dried egg products, and salmon oil. I think that's it for the meat-based ingredients. So that's good. We have liver and egg. Egg is the most bioavailable protein, so that's good. And salmon oil, they're actually adding a fish oil, and they're being specific about it. Salmon oil instead of just saying fish oil. So you want to see specifically named ingredients for sure. For sure. Now some cons here, we have organic peas and some pea protein. Flaxseed, they're probably adding for fatty acids and fiber. You know, technically not part of the cat's natural diet, but again, it is, at least it's a whole food source of ingredients. And then organic cranberries, again, not necessary for the cat's diet, but it does have its benefits. Cranberry can provide antioxidants, and it can also help remove bacteria from the urinary tract. I personally used cranberry oil when Jericho had urinary crystals, and it worked really well. So there are benefits to using whole foods, even though technically the cat wouldn't eat cranberries out in the wild. I completely understand that. But we also have to think about the benefits and using whole foods instead of relying on man-made synthetic nutrients. Dehydrated alfalfa meal, again, these are natural foods, but they still add a handful of synthetic supplements. So it's like, it's nice that they're adding whole foods, but, we don't really know about the quality considering that they still have to add back nutrients, or anything after salt is likely less than 1%. So the bulk of the ingredients come from here. When we use the guaranteed analysis to come up with an approximate amount of carbs, it's around 22% on a dry matter basis. So this is technically double what ideal would be, which is less than 10. The lower the better, but around 10% is a good benchmark when you're looking at commercial cat foods. So 22% is really high, and we know that there's peas and pea protein, the flaxseed probably, maybe the alfalfa meal. And I also want to mention that this brand is owned by a company that's owned by Nestle Purina. The next USDA organic wet cat food that we'll review is called Purina Beyond. Again, another Purina product. I'm sure you're like, Jess, why are you even reviewing this brand? But there are very few organic, like USDA organic cat foods on the market, that actually have this USDA seal. Again, you asked me to review it, so I'm going to review it. I'm not here to dictate what you feed your cats. This is just information, and what you do with that information is up to you. So we have chicken and sweet potato recipe. So recipe is good, but a con is that they're including sweet potato in the product name. Whereas with the previous products that we looked at said chicken and liver or just beef. That's more ideal than seeing chicken and sweet potato. Again, whole foods can have their place in cat food if you want to focus on only using whole foods, natural ingredients, but it shouldn't be the bulk of the product. The bulk of the product should still be meat, bones, and organs. So let's go to the ingredients. We have chicken broth, chicken livers, and I think that's it for meat ingredients. So we have muscle meat broth that can add some trace nutrients instead of water. So that's a pro. Then instead of water, they're using chicken broth. At least there's some protein and nutrients coming from that. And chicken liver, you always want to have at least one secreting organ. The most common one that you'll find with commercially prepared foods is liver. And it's weird that there's no fish oil, so that's a con. But maybe, again, since it's organic, maybe they're relying on the fatty acids from, if the hens are actually fed properly instead of fed a grain diet. And then we see sweet potatoes up high on the list, so that's a con right there. And they're still adding quite a bit of synthetic nutrients. And also there's guar gum, which is a thickening agent. I think this is the first product that we've looked at that has one of these thickening agents. I guess it's good that it's organic. I don't know. I mean, either way, it's not appropriate for cats, but it's necessary for the production of the food. And when we use the guaranteed analysis numbers to get an approximate number of carbs, it's around 31%. So this is triple the ideal, and this is more than the previous products that we just looked at. And you can check out more cat food reviews in this video right over 𝐤𝐄𝐄. Thanks for watching. Right over 𝐤𝐄𝐄𝐤𝐄𝐤.